Ferraro, why don't you go ahead and take the first one?
Justin, you guys have played awfully well offensively in recent weeks. Can you explain to us what you think happened today and why they were able to so effectively pressure Chase?
We obviously, I mean, I don't know. It didn't look good, really. We didn't have any consistency throughout the game. Run the ball, blocking the pass rush, throwing it. It was just we all expected to play much better than that. I mean, didn't expect it to go that way.
Was WSU doing anything defensively that you hadn't seen?
No, I mean, we knew that we'd see some movement from them. They're an active bunch. We had 15 third downs, only converted 3 of them, and we weren't doing a great job to get us in more friendly third downs. But that was, they got up and got us in man, and we struggled to convert. We had too many negative plays throughout the day. We didn't really do much of anything all that well, and that all goes back. That's on me. My job is to help our team, prepare our team to be successful, and I failed.
We move on to Steve Kroner from the Chronicle. Steve, go ahead.
And Justin, sometimes a coach in practice can sense a good performance or a bad performance coming, and sometimes you can have a good week of practice and lay an egg. Did you guys have a good week of practice and lay an egg, or could you sense some signs during the week?
No, I think I practiced well. I mean, we practiced much better than we played, which you don't see nearly as often. Sometimes you see it the other way, but I didn't see that coming at all. And credit to Washington State. Nick does a good job. They have good coaches and they have some talented players. So they did some good things. We just expected to play much better than we did. And again, it all goes back to that's my job, prepare our team.
Okay, move on to Dave Bush. David?
Yeah, Coach, you used Chris Street a lot today, and he hadn't carried the ball hardly at all before. Had he just emerged in practice, or was it something in the game that you saw where he fit in?
Both. Yeah, both. He's done a good job in practice. He's shown up on special teams. We put one on the ground, I think, very first snap. And so we got Chris Brooks going. He had a couple runs in there, and then Chris Street had a couple nice ones. So, but again, overall, running the ball not near as efficient, and not what we would have expected. We thought we would have a chance to run it better than that.
Okay, move over back to Jeff Ferraro. Jeff?
Justin, you guys did a much better job defensively in the second half. It seemed like you were using a lot of different guys there in the first half. You're just trying to find a combination that was going to work, especially I think Oladejo played at linebacker, and he started Trey Pastor. He tried some different folks. What did you think of that?
That was really guys earning opportunities. So both Femi, Trey Pastor, Nate Richena, comes in there, maybe the first series is in and intercepts the ball. And so really pleased that those guys were able to get in there and get some valuable repetitions. We're just really looking for production and want to make it as competitive as possible.
You've talked about trying to become consistent. Is it discouraging that you haven't found a sort of a rhythm on defense?
Yeah, I think this game, the first drive, we played poorly. Then after the block punt, and they scooped, and then we had, I think, a penalty there, had a 15-yard variety penalty. And then they had the third down catch in the end zone. Really kind of not a good start for us in the first quarter, and then settled down and took the ball away a couple times, forced punts, and had another bad drive in the third quarter. So it's really just the story of those 3 drives that we didn't play very well, and other than that, probably competed, showed some improvement in certain spots, especially down the field in the deep ball, but wasn't good enough to win today. We needed to play better than that defensively to win today.
And if I could follow up, this is the third time in 5 games you guys have had trouble snapping the ball for a PAT or a field goal. Do you have any idea why that keeps happening?
The guys that are involved in that play have been very, very consistent for quite a long time. unfortunately, right now, we're struggling right there. I think that's obvious. And we have to help those guys, with repetition and, just playing calm and doing what they've always done. And sometimes you can get into a spot where you're thinking about maybe too much. So and our coaches, we have to help the players through those times when they're, maybe not feeling it just right. So
you think it may be like getting in their head at this point a little bit?
well, I don't think anybody's injured. It's just, poor execution on plays and snaps that we feel like we should expect to make. And I'm going to expect to make them moving forward. We're going to keep working with them and, work with them at practice and use some, different situations, but there's nothing quite like the game. And so we're going to continue to work with those guys, help them improve.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap this portion up. Thanks, Coach.